in partnership with CommSec.
So, it's a bad one on the global markets today. Let's go to CommSec's Ryan Felsman. How are we looking today, Ryan?
Well, Pete, it's going to be a very difficult day for Aussie investors, with SPI futures pointing down by 100 points or 1.1%. Of course, we have seen the market reaction in the US overnight to US President Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs, and of course worries about a global trade war and potential recession on the back of that has seen the Dow Jones fall by 1,600 points or 3.9%. We've seen the S&P 500 index down by 4.7%, having its worst day since September 2022, wiping about $2 trillion off that benchmark. And the tech-heavy Nasdaq index has fallen over 1,000 points or 5.8%, its worst day since the height of the pandemic in March 2020. Energy shares have been under most pressure, down 7% after the oil price in the United States fell by 6.6% to $66.95 a barrel overnight. That's after OPEC came out and said it intends to increase supply and production of crude, and that would be to 411,000 barrels per day. And on the back of that, we have seen the oil price fall and shares related to that in the US also decline. Also, Apple shares are down 9.5%. Of course, it makes its iPhones in China. Its effective tariff rate in aggregate has now hit 54%. We've also seen Nike shares down 14%. 50% of Nike footwear is made in Vietnam, where tariffs there will be 46%. And Asian supply chains more generally will be under some pressure with these tariffs. And we have seen personal computer companies like Dell Technologies shares down 18.5% as well. Of course, we have seen a safe haven bid overnight. In fact, we have seen a big move towards US government bond yields. The US 10-year Treasury is down by 15 basis points to 4.05%. Markets are now pricing in 90 basis points worth of rate cuts from the US Federal Reserve to help potentially stave off a US recession. We've also seen gold, however, under pressure. It's down by 1.4% to $3,121.70 an ounce, and copper prices have plunged 4.2%. The Aussie dollar is currently trading at 63.2 US cents.
All right, let's bring up a live look at the Dow Jones index right now. Thank you, Ryan. We'll chat again in a few hours. Look at that. That's nearly minus 4%. So, yeah, just further to that point there that Ryan made, it's going to be a ropey one today.